This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Howie Roseman looking to make moves. Also, AJ Brown send out a cryptic tweet. And lastly, I'll give an injury update on Reed Blankenship. And Reed Blankenship is looking good. But let's get straight into it. All right, so before we get into the topics, I want to talk about this a little bit because I know in my last video I talked about the running back room, and we not mentioning the loss of Cam Jurgens. You know, the loss of Cam Jurgens has crippled the Eagles' rushing attack through 2.5 games. When Cam Jurgens was on the field, Eagles running backs had a gain of 477 yards on 88 carries, averaging 5.4 yards per carry. When Jurgens was out, Eagles running backs have gained just 160 yards on 50 carries with 3.4 yards per carry. Now, could it be because we are straying away from the run? It could be because of that, but it could be a reason is because they don't see the same, dominance in the offensive line as far as run blocking because that lack of Cam Jurgens. We're talking about Lane Johnson a lot, but Cam Jurgens, he's being missed right now. And that's no knock on Sewell Peta because if you really look at it, Sewell Peta might be the future guard. Like he's really good, especially in the passing attack, but running attack, he's just not that good. He's not as good as Cam Jurgens. So we're gonna need Cam Jurgens back immediately. But again, that's really no knock on Sewell Peta. Cam Jurgens is a a center playing guard, so that's how he's able to get sideline to sideline like that. But Sewell Peta just not that guy. You don't see that same push far as in the run game. But pass game, I give it to him. But at the same time, Sewell Peta do have Kelsey and Lane Johnson next to him. Whereas though, if you compare him to Jack Driscoll's on the island unless a running back come and help him. So again, we need Cam Jurgens back. Even though we're having a lot of injuries, none are really season ending besides Avante Maddox, who I believe will probably be back for the playoffs, depending on how deep we go. Especially if we get that bye. I could see him coming back like the divisional round or the championship game. So it's up to us how far we make it. I believe Avante Maddox will be able to play if we make a deep playoff run. Speaking of injuries. All right, so let's just get into the next topic. Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman is making moves, or at least planning to make moves, right? So Howie Roseman and the front office have been scouting the rest of the NFL for help for their secondary per. I believe this came from Josh Talatino. Philly is dealing with a number of injuries, and the trade deadline is coming up. A previous unrelated report indicate that the Panthers have safety Jeremy Chin and cornerback Dante Jackson available to be traded if the Eagles want to look there. And he gave links. All right. Not surprised at all. Especially and later in the video, I will go over Reed Blankenship injury status. You have him. I didn't hear nothing about Bradley Roby yet. I know he's dealing with a shoulder. Then you had Eli Ritz get hurt. I'm pretty sure Slay is going to come back. I think at some point we didn't even have a safety in the game. So I think Terrell Edmonds got hurt, but then eventually came back. But nobody talking about how good Mekhi Gardner played. He played really well, but at the same time was against Zach Wilson. But Mekhi Gardner played really, really well for him to just step up and to come in, you know. But yeah, I'm not surprised that we're looking for another safety because Sidney Brown would miss 3 games, 2 games, 3 games ish. So he should be back for sure. This next one, Reed Blankenship. Again, I'll go over his status, but he might miss a game or two. We already know Justin Evans on IR, so he's going to miss at least the next 3 weeks or 3 games, I should say. So yeah, we are very, very thin. Also, Howie is looking for, I guess, a wide receiver four because Quez Watkins is on IR. So Marquez Callaway, I like this move if we decide to sign him. He had 46 catches, 698 yards, 6 touchdowns in 2021 with the Saints. He looked really, really good that year. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, he just really couldn't find a home. But him and Jameis Winston really had a good connection. I don't think he just fell to the face of the earth. I think he still got some in him. And hopefully, if we don't want to trade for a wide receiver, just bring him in, see what he got. Could be the wide receiver four or bring up Greg Ward. I really don't know, but I like Callaway a lot. So Howie's definitely looking, and I'm not surprised. But that secondary, man, with them injuries, we got to do something about it. Definitely got to do something about it because Tyreek and Waddle, they ain't coming to play. Tua would air it out. I seen that last game. I'm like, yo, the Panthers look like, they could possibly beat the Dolphins. The next thing you know, they just score. It just became a track meet. Then you got Raheem Mostert and a backfield who's super fast too. He's going. That team just scores so fast. And with a weak secondary, Tyreek Hill could possibly go for 200 yards. So we got to do something about it. All right. All right, so let's get into the next topic. AJ Brown with the cryptic tweet. So this is what he said. I have no idea what this means, but he said you want a dog, but get mad at him for hunting. Shaking my head. Could that be all the stuff the fans and the media saying about Jalen Hurts, or even about him a couple weeks ago, about him whining and complaining about the ball? Maybe. But I like that he's sending these all messages out like, yo, we are dogs and we are hunting. Can't get mad at us when we're hunting. I guess I don't know. I don't know what this means, but I like it. I personally like it. It sounds like some deep quote. We're hungry. We're looking to win. You can't get mad at us that we're looking to win. And that is what it is. But the only thing I can say it probably go back to is probably, him and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts going out there doing this thing. Can't get mad when he's out there trying to do his thing and mistakes happen. We going out there to hunt and I guess I don't know. We end up losing. I don't know. But man, this team definitely needs to bounce back against the Dolphins. Hard task, but gotta bounce back. I like the mindset. I like the standard and things like that we're talking about. So this team can't use the excuse, oh, we've been winning. Now you lost. Go out there and hunt. You gotta go out there and hunt. Gotta go out there and fix a couple things. And again, I like AJ Brown sending out his thoughts, whatever this means. But I like that is out there. I guess. I guess I tried my best with that one. I had no idea what AJ Brown's talking about, but we just gonna take it for positive, right? So Reed Blankenship injury status, right? So according to Jeremy Flower, the X-ray on Eagle safety Reed Blankenship's rib came back negative per source. Team will be cautious with its leading tackler with 39 tackles, but good sign so far. Okay, that's really, really good. But we know Reed Blankenship was dealing with ribs earlier in the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if he missed this game or a game or two, but it's not long term. It's not long term. So again, even though we having a lot of injuries, none of them really long term and none of them are towards the end of the season. It's not like this week 15 and players are getting hurt. Still earlier in the season. Still early in the season. We're going into what, week 7? Yeah, it's definitely still early in the season. This team will get healthy at the right time. It will get healthy at the right time. Like Cam Jurgens, yes, he's on IR. It's 4 weeks. It's going to suck because these next 4 weeks are tough. Or I should say 3 weeks now. Next 3 weeks going to be tough, but it is what it is. A lot of guys are going to get healthy at the right time. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. At this point, these games, I'm hoping we win and just come out injury free. That's my hope. But hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? Um, Reed Blankenship, AJ Brown, Howie Roseman. But this is Eagle Allen.